Cast is
Welcome
out.
back, everyone, to episode 122 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tommy Cresta alongside my coach, Ryan Fran, and we just want to wish you guys a happy new year. And yeah, we're here today to do what is my favorite episode every year, and this is the best and worst of 2023. We'll be doing best performances, best movies, best TV shows, worst movies, not TV shows, and biggest surprise of the year. And yeah, so happy. Hope everyone had a good holiday, and yeah. I'm excited to do this episode. Ryan, how you been, bud?
They released the cast list for White Lotus.
It's already posted on our story.
That's you. God damn! How are you? Do you ever get off of Instagram?
I have post notifications.
Oh God,
I'm sorry.
it's gross. I'm doing pretty good. Thanks for asking.
Of course, man.
Sincerely, thank you.
You don't
really
actually.
thank. No, I don't give a fuck.
But yeah, so we're here. We're ready to go. This is going to be a lot of fun. Like every time we do this episode, it always ends up being one of my favorite episodes that we do. And yeah, so before we get into our actual rankings, like every time we do one of these wacky episodes, I have trivia for you.
Are you gonna do this first?
Yeah, I was going to do the trivia first this time.
Okay. Switch it up.
Keep
Yeah.
people invested.
Wow.
Change it up on them.
Sure.
Okay. So you can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 questions.
6
questions.
Got it.
But you can get up to 9 points because it's bonus points.
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
It's bonus points.
There
What do I
You
win?
need above. Well, you actually do have a gift.
I did.
It's just not here yet.
Really?
You do have a gift.
Did you order me a tech deck?
No, it's much bigger than a tech deck.
Okay.
But that's not. You are getting a tech deck.
Is it an actual skateboard?
No.
Because I'm not gonna ride
I was
it.
going to say you're not going to ride a skateboard. No. It might be on next podcast. I give you it. Okay. So, what was the first topic we covered in 2023? It's a multiple choice.
All right.
Was it A, The Last of Us, B, Avatar 2, or C, Babylon? That we covered.
I think. See, Last of Us came out early January, but Avatar 2 came out late December.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely not whatever the third choice was. That's
Babylon.
It's already out of my head.
Even though Babylon also came out in December.
It's true, but we definitely did that like the night we watched it. I know because we saw it in Philly, so
And
day
we
after.
got a ticket.
And what?
Remember we got a parking ticket?
Oh, I did get a parking ticket, even though I paid for it.
Well, because we only paid because we thought the movie was shorter than what it was.
That's true.
But it's fine. Keep going.
No, we were fine for Babylon. It was Northman we got a ticket for.
Oh, Northman was what we got to.
Even though I I paid for.
Yeah, because Babylon we didn't end up paying. Remember
Yeah, and I was fine. Yeah. Yeah, Northman I got a ticket, even though I paid for like 2.5 hours of parking, and the ticket said like I was there for an hour, and I got a ticket. It was bullshit. I'm gonna say Avatar 2 is the first one.
It was. You got it right. Avatar 2. Even though we did talk about Babylon the next episode.
Okay.
And we talked about The Last of Us 2 episodes after.
Wow.
Because Babylon was the best and worst movies episode. Was the second episode we did in 2023.
Okay.
So, okay. Good job. 1 for 1.
1 for 1.
Okay. What were our top 3 episodes? Bonus points if you can get them in the correct order.
Like listener-wise?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't see these numbers. This is a you thing.
I just knew this just from... I think we talked about 2 of them.
Okay.
The one's a little more random.
Yeah.
That's why it's trivia, because I know the answer if I told you.
Yeah.
The answers.
So I just have to guess what they are?
Yeah, I'll give you hints.
Okay, give me a hint.
One was a TV show that we were reviewing.
Okay.
This was okay. And then the other 2 were guest episodes. I'm just happy if you get any of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Can I pull up the podcast?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you pull them up.
Because I, off the top of my head, can't even think of them.
This is probably the hardest question, I think.
Okay. Here, give me another question to think about, because this is going to be really boring.
What are the last 5 films? I actually got to get off the podcast.
Oh, my God. All right, we'll keep the people invested while I look through these.
All right. Well, okay, here we go. I can do this one while we're waiting. What movie did we have the biggest score gap in? Bonus points if you can guess who had the lower score and what the gap was around. Like how big of a gap our numbers were.
Dude, I don't know.
It's not a movie I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
Do you want to give me multiple choice?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
Pull up.
Oh, my God. You're so unprepared for this.
I thought you were just gonna know.
No.
Okay. Was it A, John Wick,
Mhm.
B, Super Mario Brothers,
Oh, yeah, it was
or
Super Mario
C,
Brothers.
Asteroid City?
Super Mario Brothers. You sent me the list earlier. It was
Fuck.
no 34, 84 to 50.
Yeah. Good job.
Because I saw that, I'm like, damn, why he hated this movie? It's a kids movie.
That's what I was thinking. Because I saw so many memes. It was like fucking grown-ups hating on the Super Mario.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
It was you.
What question? There we go. Good job. Okay. How many films did we agree on that they belong in the 90s, like overall?
How many? 5.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Can you guess what they are?
Total guess.
This isn't that hard. You just need to think of good movies.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them.
Past lives.
Yep.
Shit. Holdovers.
Yep.
Okay. Let me pull up my best and worst list.
I didn't even give you bonus points. I thought you were going to get the 5 pretty quickly.
Oh, Oppenheimer.
Yep.
John Wick, we definitely did. Nope. Really? Godzilla. Really? -1 doesn't on there? Killers of the Flower Moon.
Nope.
No, you gave that. I gave it a 91.
There's 2 films left. Not said them. Earlier movies, too. Earlier in the year.
Really?
Mhm.
Now I don't know. And now I'm worried because I don't see him on my list.
I thought this one was going to be in your top 5 movies of the year.
Was it Asteroid City? No. Barbie?
No, you didn't like Barbie.
I did like
You
Barbie.
liked it. Not as much as, not a 90.
Now I don't know. All right, what are you humming? I'm sure that's a hint.
No, I'm like just humming.
Okay, Jesus.
Do you want me to just tell you? You can get it.
I'm not gonna get
it
this
wrong. Across the Spider-Verse, which you give a 97.
Fair enough.
And I give a 92. And then Air.
You had 97?
You!
I know.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
And then Air, which I give a 91. You
Oh,
give a 90.
yeah. Air. The more, Air was a good movie, but the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't remember a fucking thing from that movie. It's very forgettable.
Oh my God, I love that movie. I've seen it 3 times now.
Really?
All right.
Wow.
Have you had time to think about what the last 5 films we reviewed were?
The last 5
we did? 5 we've done this year. You do the show.
I know I do, but I don't remember it. I did think about
I think the one's gonna screw
the
you
most
up.
viewed. Was it Nolan rankings with Raiders? Nope. Spider-Man Lotus?
Yep.
Okay, that's on there. TV show. It had to be a Last of Us one. What the fuck other
All
TV
of our
shows?
Last of Us have more views than every other review of this show, except for this one episode. What show had a really great one episode that we reviewed?
Ahsoka?
Yeah. Our
Which
Ahsoka
one?
episode 5 and 6 review is the 3rd biggest episode of the year.
What the hell?
And then one more. This is our biggest episode of the year.
Biggest episode. And it's not Raiders.
Nope. I was just
do that to me.
No.
Jesus. Gross.
Come on, man.
Was it the hot takes one?
Amanda Gabrielle?
No, the other one.
Hot takes.
The one was the hot takes, like the movie hot takes.
That was
the overrated movies. That's what it was.
Oh, that's Delaney. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Delaney.
That one was fun.
Yeah, she was fun. We still have to go on her show.
Yeah.
I was just on Instagram. I was just on TikTok live with this person yesterday for like an hour.
What are you on TikTok live?
I wasn't. I just wanted to go on their live and see what they were talking about. And they invited me to join. So I just sat as they played NHL.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I have no fucking idea. I was on this episode.
Fine, you got it wrong. So no point for you. It
2
was
out of 3.
It was our top 10 video games episode.
Oh, that one was pretty
with
fun.
Danny.
Yeah.
Where the cheese, Danny?
Nice.
So we did that. That one. Yeah, what are the last 5 films we reviewed in 2023?
Last 5 films.
I bet you all of our listeners know.
I bet you Boy and the Heron's on there.
It's not.
That was before. What the fuck?
We didn't review it.
Oh, we didn't.
I just talked about it in a solo episode for like 2
We
minutes.
didn't review Dream Scenario, did we?
Nope.
Jesus.
Dude.
What the hell did we review?
We just saw
Aquaman 2.
There you go.
Nice. That one sucked.
Good.
Uh,
Dude.
Dude, I don't know. Hold on. Give me a sec.
No, you can't pull it up. You're no cheating.
I'm not cheating.
Yes, you are.
You
just put on marshmallow.
Is it the Iron Claw?
Yes, the Iron
Nice.
Claw. Okay, you got that question
All
wrong.
right, I got
It
two.
was Saltburn, Godzilla,
Oh, Godzilla
and Hunger
-1.
Games.
Oh, Hunger Games.
Oh, you forgot about that.
Back in November. It was a slow December.
Slow December. We did that one.
Busy times.
Okay, last episode. Last question, I'm sorry.
Yep.
Can you tell me how many TV shows we reviewed this year and what were they?
3.
No.
4.
No.
6.
No.
5.
No.
10.
No.
Higher or lower?
Lower.
Nice. 2?
No.
How many?
7.
7 TV.
We reviewed 7 TV shows. We didn't do all of them by episodes. We reviewed 7
Okay.
shows.
Barry, Succession.
Yes.
Gotta be on there. Last of Us, Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 4.
Mm-hmm. Did I count them?
Definitely didn't review The Bear.
I'm sorry, it is 6. Jesus Christ.
6, yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Makes more sense.
That one?
Sunny. Did we talk about
We
Sunny?
didn't talk about Sunny.
Really?
3.
Gen V.
There you go.
That's 5. So I'm missing 1.
They're missing 2. Never mind. I did count right. Why am I so confused now?
I don't know.
Yeah, you're missing 2. We reviewed the one like recently.
Dude, my brain is
It was
destroyed.
the second season of the show. It was the second season of this show. It was the third season of the other show. They're on the same streaming service as well.
Can you tell me the service?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Oh, that's why I don't remember them. They're all dog shit. It's not Percy Jackson.
It's not. I do want to watch it.
That.
I haven't watched it yet.
I couldn't care less. I'm probably not gonna watch
you
that.
love the movies?
I don't love the movies.
You
I
called the
them
one
when
a
I was
classic.
kid. Yeah, because it's a classic when I was a kid.
Come on, man. How many Disney Plus shows did we talk about this year?
I just block them out of my memory. Were these bad? Probably.
The one was mid as fuck.
Mando.
There you go.
Mando season 3.
And the other one was fine, and the ending was really good.
What other? It's not a Star Wars show.
No.
It has to be a Marvel show.
Mm-hmm.
What Marvel show got to say? Oh, Loki.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good job. Okay. So I think you got 4 of them. You got 4 of the questions right. I'll give you. So you passed.
I passed.
Passed. Good job.
What's my prize?
You didn't do as good as you did last year. Last year you did really well.
It's fine.
These
8. Were tough questions though.
They were. These were. More
I didn't know if I had studied.
I think the last 5 episodes, 5 films we saw was going to be a gimme for you.
Well, because that was last 5 films we reviewed, not saw. We saw plenty of movies before that.
Yeah, but we saw Saltburn, Iron Claw, and Aquaman, Godzilla all pretty close together.
Yeah, we also saw Boy in the Heron, Dream Scenario, all the other stuff in between those.
Marvels
threw me off. Yeah.
No, you're right.
We reviewed the Marvels.
Did we? I think it's right outside.
Yeah, we just shit on it.
Okay, so do we want to do TV shows, top 10 surprises, or performances first?
Wait, what?
I sent you a whole list of what we were doing.
You didn't send me anything.
Do you want me to show you the text?
I have top 10 best and worst movies and top 5 TV shows.
Okay.
That's what I have. I'll react to your list.
Okay,
That'll be fun.
I'll do mine.
But I didn't make surprising.
Top 10 favorite films, 5 worst shows, 5 best shows, 5 most surprising films, 5 favorite performances.
What did I send back?
That's fine.
Yeah, I was doing something else. Fucking whatever.
Okay, so I guess. So what do you have? You have TV shows and
I have 5 shows and then 10 best and worst movies.
Okay. So you just react to what I'm gonna say now.
So what are your surprising
surprising movies? Like movies you didn't think were gonna be that good, but end up being better than what they were. And then performances. But I didn't do it order because performances, I thought there was some really good ones, but I didn't know how to rank them.
Yeah. I can I'll let's do those first. Get those out of the way. I'll react. That's gonna be entertaining. And I can throw in some. I can say like this person should have been on the
because there's
list.
gonna be people on here that I probably should have added.
I'm also gonna look up names of people.
You even said last episode, don't surprise me with something. So I made sure to send you text to explain, like, we're going to do this. And then you answer me. So I was like, okay, he's got it. We're good.
Yeah, I don't remember the text.
All right. So
when did you send me this?
Yesterday.
Yesterday?
Before Rebel Moon. It could have been because I sent you like 8 texts and you just answered. That's fine to all of it.
Yeah, no. Just kidding. Holy shit, does Rebel Moon blow?
The goddamn vaginal.
Oh, yeah, you send me in one text. So. Fucking hands. Top 10 best
Right,
worst
you
films.
read it when I say it.
Yeah, you're like, so. Top 10. Yeah, you sent me all that. And then you said, separate text. Surprises can be TV or film. Separate text. I'm adding a few honorable mentions for best films. Separate text. And performances can also TV. And performances can also TV or film. It's great wording.
It's text.
Yeah.
You know what it meant.
Separate text. I think all the rankings should be 10. Separate text, not 5. Separate text. Thoughts? ? And I said, that's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't read any of that.
So you just saw thoughts and you went, that's fine.
Yeah. And then you said, dude, this is the hardest I've ever pondered my list. And I said, I haven't looked yet.
And I bet people still like your list more than they end up liking mine. Okay.
Just smarter. Yeah, I made my list 20 minutes before you picked me up.
I made the movie one took me till today, and the shows one took me today. But I did like the performance pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm just going to run through these then.
Go for it.
Top 10 performances, there's no particular order, and I kind of cheated because one of them gets it's second 11. So I did Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers, Greta Lee in Past Lives, Jeremy Allen White in The Bear, Zac Efron with The Iron Claw, Lily Gladstone in Killers of the Flower Moon, Ryan Gosling, Margot Robbie in Barbie, Robert Downey Jr. in Oppenheimer, Cillian Murphy in Oppenheimer, Bella Ramsey in The Last of Us, and Kaylee Spaney in Priscilla.
All right. I haven't seen Priscilla yet, and that's on my list of like movies that I wanted to watch. I'll definitely watch before Oscar season.
Yeah.
But
we're still going to do the popcorn Oscars.
Yeah. You putting her number 1 sounds pretty crazy to me. But
I said no particular order.
Oh my God, dude.
Do you
this is ridiculous. Well, you said all the text said top 10.
Yeah, and then this one just didn't no particular order. Oh my God. The rest of them are in an order.
You're ridiculous.
I mean, because you can't compare a TV performance to a movie performance.
I mean, you definitely can. Yeah, we did a top 10 casting list. Yeah, you can. I don't mind those. I think those are pretty good. I think the one you're missing and the one that I had, if I had to pick my biggest breakout performance, what was the girl's name from Past Lives again?
Greta Lee.
Yeah, she was fantastic. And I've seen a lot of people giving it to her.
Yeah.
But I have to give it to Dominic Sessa from The Holdovers.
The young kid?
Yeah.
Who only got the role because he was at the school that they were filming at.
Is that true?
Yeah.
But still,
First
great performance, and it was his first movie, and he nailed it.
He was really fun.
He was really, really
Whatever
good.
He says in Spanish to him, and then jumps in.
I think it's more Latin, probably, but
Latin, whatever. Stupid.
Prehistoric Spanish.
Stupid. But yeah, no, he was really good. He just missed my list.
Yeah.
So Leo just missed my list.
Yeah, but I like Paul Giamatti being on there. I think he's going to get
I think he should win.
Yeah, he's going to get unfortunately looked over at the Oscars.
This whole movie's going to get looked over. It's
yeah,
gonna be really
which
painful.
it sucks. I think Robert Downey Jr. has a very strong contention for supporting actor at the Oscars, even though another movie I haven't seen is May December. Apparently, the guy in that is very, very good, supposedly. I definitely want to watch the movie just to see that performance. But I think Robert Downey Jr. definitely for supporting was fantastic. And
does Ryan Gosling get put in supporting, or does he get put in lead? He's got to be supporting, right?
I guess he would be.
I hope he sings. I just want him to sing at the Oscars.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun. I mean, that has to win Best Original.
Yeah, like what else? Did you see they put it down for its adapted screenplay?
Really?
Yeah, they were fighting for original.
Oh.
But since it's an IP, technically it was under the adapted.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shit. Yeah. But Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer, I think is still my number 1. But good list.
Thank you.
It's a good list.
Now, top 10 surprises was films that I didn't think would be as good as they were, and they ended up being a lot better. Mm-hmm. And some of these aren't going to make sense, I guess, to some people, but to me, they made a lot of sense. You'll probably get what I mean from this list. So at number 10, I thought The Nun 2. It didn't surprise me as much because it still isn't great, but it was fine. So it was better than the first one for me. So I was like, okay, that surprised me. It was better than I thought. Number 9 was Gran Turismo. Did not think that movie was going to be as enjoyable as I ended up thinking it was. At number 8 is Extraction 2, because I did not think it was going to be good, and it was very good. Number 7, I have Plane, Gerard Butler's newest film. Not newest film, because he did Kandahar. But Gerard Butler's film Plane that he released last year, I went and saw it at 9 a.m. on a Wednesday by myself in Delaware.
It's just ridiculous. I was leaving class like, dude, Plane was actually not bad. I'm like, what the fuck?
My classes got canceled. I had one class in the afternoon. I was like, I'm bored.
Yeah, go see Plane.
It wasn't fully me. I forgot. There was like this old couple, like the row in front of me. Lay the seat in front of me though.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Fair enough.
Number 6, I'm sorry, is Blue Beetle, just because DC's track record has not been very good so far. I was like, this isn't going to be very good.
Since, just to be clear.
Or since. This was really it. Blue Beetle was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I thought YOLO was really good. And yeah, I'm excited to see him stay in the DCU. Number 5, I have Saw 10. A movie I did not think was going to be good by any means, and I ended up having a lot of fun. I think it's probably the best Saw film. Yeah, I'm going to stick with that. It's the best one. It has the best Saw trap ever.
Which one?
Having to dig your own bone marrow.
Yeah, no, I hated that one.
Was...
It was genuinely the most uncomfortable I've ever felt in the movie. I was squirming. I'm usually fine.
That was...
I did not enjoy that.
The entire theater goes, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Saw 10. Love that. Number 4, The Blackening. If you haven't seen The Blackening, please go watch it. It is one of the funniest movies and one of the better movies of the year. It's in my top 25 films of the year. But yeah, it was so funny. And it just takes every stereotype of black characters in horror films, but now it's a whole entire black cast. And it was so funny.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone go check that out. I was the only white person in my theater.
Really?
Yeah. Number 3, Dungeons and Dragons. I had this film as an 85. It's one of my higher rated movies of the year. It was really good, really funny, and I'm really excited for the sequel. Yeah, Chris Pine, very funny.
Nice.
Number 2 is Talk to Me, a movie that I had no hopes for, especially when I knew Rocco was making it. It took away all of my excitement for this movie, and I then ended up seeing it 4 different times. It's what I think is the second best horror movie of the year. And yeah, I hope they get to keep doing more and more horror movies because I know they are making a sequel, but I want to see them branch out and do something else too. And my number 1 surprise of the year, just missed my top 10 films of the year. It was on my top 10 list the entire year until late the last month, and that is Skinamarink. I absolutely love this movie. I have it at an 86. I love this movie. It's such a random film. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
There's no actual written dialogue except for maybe 1 or 2 lines in the end of the movie. It's just terrifying. I think it has the scariest scene in the movie that I've ever seen. I love the old like handheld camera look to it, the graininess. And I just like how it uses like everyone's like internal fear of the dark. And there's a scene with the kid with a knife and a voice is telling him to do something. And I will randomly think about that scene.
Yeah, it's a fun one.
It's not a fun movie. It's freaky, but it's definitely not for everyone because I know most of my friends hated it, but I truly love this movie, and I'm definitely going to have to keep rewatching it and see if it still holds up maybe in like a year or so.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my top 10 surprises.
All right. It's not a bad list. Yeah. I still have yet to see a lot of those. I'm not going to lie.
What is it? You didn't see Plane?
I didn't see Plane.
Blue Beetle?
Nope.
Blackening?
No.
Dungeons and Dragons? So everything else.
Yeah. But yeah, those are kind of ones that just kind of fell by the wayside.
Blackening had a good couple weeks at the box office.
Yeah. I did want to see Blackening, but
so
just never got around to it. Skinamarink was that was a hell of a movie.
It was a fun night. We went to Hooters beforehand.
Yeah, we did go to Hooters.
We took our editor to actually go see it, and our editor does not go to the movies ever.
Yeah.
Never. He had not been at the time. I think he said 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he has not let us forgive.
No.
Not let us forget that we forced him to go see this with us.
Yeah, he fell asleep and was woken up by a jump scare.
3 different times.
Had a terrible time.
It's a scary ass movie. I don't care what anyone says. That scene in the bedroom with the dad and the mom.
Yeah.
It's one of the scariest scenes ever. It's got to be the scariest scene.
It is a really freaky movie. It's just, if you like staring at walls for an hour, it's nice. I'm very middle of the road on it because it is on one hand a very, very freaky movie and it does its job very well. But just
so long.
Cut it out. Just make it a short film.
That was a short film. Probably would have been one of my favorite short films.
Yeah. But I mean, the more I say that, the more I think about it, it may not have worked as well because like
I think
staring at
that's
the
what
wall.
scares you is that.
Yeah, it gets you in that mood, makes you really uncomfortable, and just lends itself towards the fear in the movie. But it's just not fun to watch,
Yeah.
so I didn't really enjoy it.
Did you as a kid, were you ever like up at night, you like lay on your carpet and just look up?
No.
That was something I used to do, like because my hallway is, we always kept a light on. It's never dark,
Mhm.
so like if I was reading a book or something, I would go sit out there and read it, which
Okay.
is really weird. Or like I would just look at like the wall. So that's what I think of when I think of Skinamarink. Or like when you're trying to go to bed and you're just staring off into like the darkness of your room.
Yeah.
So that's what made me think of, and that's like everyone I feel like sees that darkness in like the corner, and they're like, "The
Hmm.
fuck's hiding over
Yeah.
there?"
Your
But
eyes kind of like get that fuzziness to them.
yeah, and you
Yeah.
start making up because
Mhm.
there's sequence in the Skinner where it's just black with the grayness, and it's, I swear there's something on the other side of that
Yeah,
camera.
your mind starts playing tricks on you, and it does
Yeah,
a really fantastic job of that. But
it is just long.
yeah, you just got to be ready for it. You got to know what you're getting
Yeah,
yourself
I
into.
didn't tell anyone because I knew what it was, and
Hmm.
I loved it. I had a smile on my face the entire movie. But yeah, so going from that, we can do our TV shows.
Yeah.
I did 10, so we can do.
All right.
I said in the text.
You did. And also, I didn't. I don't know if I even watched 10 TV shows this year. So,
Maybe you didn't.
but at the same time,
No, you probably did because I think it shows I
yeah,
didn't have on this list. You probably did.
yeah, I
You
may
might
have.
literally just watch 10, but that's not good though because then you're putting shows that really weren't that good to you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have 10 shows I want to rank.
yeah, that's fine.
So do you want to do like you do? I do too. You do one.
Yeah, sure.
Do you
So
want to
I'll
go
start
first?
off.
Yeah, you start off.
Well, why don't you do your 10 through 6, and then we'll meet
Oh,
at
okay.
5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So at number 10, I have a show that is very hit or miss with people, and that was That 90s Show. I'm a huge fan of That 70s Show, and I actually really enjoyed That 90s Show. I ended up binging it in late a day. I had a lot of fun seeing some of the old characters, but I really like the new characters and the new timeline. Yes, the 90s, different timeline.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's just cool seeing all the characters back, and it's a world that I really like watching. I love all the characters. Kitty and Red are two of my favorite characters in sitcoms. And yeah, I'm really excited for the next season. And yeah, I think it's a really good show. Number 9 is a show that I feel like kind of lost some of the love that I had from it from the first season, and that is Invincible season 2. I know it's only halfway done the season so far, but I feel like they've really used only the animation payroll on the fight sequences. Because
Yeah.
when there's no fighting, it is not like pretty to look at,
It's very, very bland.
and it's
Yeah.
very much like the slideshows you watch like in school, like how they move.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I don't love it as much as I did the last season, but I'm still gonna watch it because I'm not gonna spoil it for you because I haven't finished yet.
Yeah.
The 4th episode is probably my favorite episode, which is the last episode so far.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wish it was a little bit better, but still makes my top 10 shows of the year. It feels like I have one in my chest, but I don't. Number 8 would be Gen V, a show that would have been higher if it wasn't for the last episode being a little weaker.
Yeah.
I still like the show. It's still my top 10 shows of the year, but it just didn't finish as strong as I wanted it to. Going on from that, my number 7 show is Ted Lasso season 3, the final season. It's not called that. I'm just saying it's the final season. I love Ted Lasso. I watched the entire show in like 3 weeks. It's really good. It was very funny, and I definitely cried the last 2 episodes of the show. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of. I've grown to really enjoy watching soccer, and just seeing more of the behind the scenes, like the coaching part of it and all that, was really fun. Now, it's my number 6. My number 6, before I hand it off to Ryan to see his top 5, is Reacher. Reacher's not completely done yet, but the first 3 episodes were okay. They were nothing great, but 4 and 5 have been the best episodes of the show so far, so it moved up my list, but I can't put it any higher because I haven't seen the final episode yet, and I want to just know if the finale is as good as the rest of the show's been. And if it's good, it'll probably jump up a little bit, but not by much. So yeah, those are my top 10 through 6, and now I'm going to hand it off to you, sir.
Right. So my number 5 is going to be Gen V. This one, I needed to have a number 5, so I put Gen V on there. Don't get me wrong, it was a really good show, but like you said, the last episode was really just kind of undercooked. I think it kind of just had a massive letdown from the previous episodes, especially towards the beginning. That middle chunk of the show was just so good.
Yeah.
But it really teetered off towards the end, which was really disappointing. But I think overall it was still a very, very good show. And it was definitely worthy of being in the boys universe. It felt like it was part of that universe. It didn't shy away from anything. And it was cool seeing all that stuff from a different perspective and getting that, college, young adult perspective. It was a cool take on that dark superhero genre.
Yeah, good take. My number 5 is Welcome to Wrexham season 2. I absolutely adored the first season of Welcome to Wrexham. I knew a lot less about what happened at the time, but I knew exactly what season 2 was going to deal with and what was going to happen, and it still made me like have that feeling in my chest. I'm like, oh my god, please win this game. And it's even crazier than the first season. The things that they had to go through, the things they had to deal with, and then just seeing more of the players and getting to learn more about their personal lives was really cool. Yeah, and I just think it was a really great season of television. It was a really great second season of the documentary. And if you like Rocky and you love like the underdog story, that final episode will bring you to tears because me and my dad both said that we cried. My dad's not a crier. And yeah, so welcome back to season 2. It's on Hulu. Highly recommend everyone watch it.
Nice. My number 4 is going to be The Last of Us. This was a
4.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a very, very good show.
Yeah, but only 4.
Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't watch many shows.
No, I thought it was gonna be higher.
No, I know,
like
but
close to the top.
Nah.
Yeah.
It's not.
What 3 shows do you think were better than this?
The 3 shows that I watched. This is a very, very good show, and it was a very, very good adaptation of the video game. Probably, I mean, yeah, it's the best video game adaptation we've ever had. Definitely still is. And I think in a lot of ways, it's even better than the game. The more that I think about it, it was really, Neil Druckmann was able to get his second chance to tell this story, and he was like, all right, here's where I messed up. Here's how I'm going to make it better. And he got Craig Mazin is one of the best showrunners around right now, and he was able to bounce ideas off him. And he even says it in the like after episode stuff. The whole thing with what was the kid's name? Sam being mute. Yeah. He was like, how the fuck did I not think of that? That's so good. Like, he had other minds telling him, giving him ideas.
Yeah, it wasn't just his story.
Yeah, and it just made the story that much better. It just kind of edges out the video game to me a little bit. So it was really, really impressive, and I can't wait for season 2. We should go golfing, though, before season 2 comes out. Got him.
Okay, number 4 for me was The Fall of the House of Usher, the continuation of the Mike Flanagan universe. This show was incredible. It was one of the best written shows of the year. I think it'd be my number 2 in best writing. But it was just an incredible show. I thought every episode was really good, especially if you're a fan of Edgar Allan Poe and some of his work. Every episode's based on one of his books. And my favorite episode was pretty much a rendition of A Telltale Heart. And yeah, it was really good. Great show. A really good finale. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he does next because I know he just finished his movie that he's doing now. And I know Mark Hamill's in that. So Mark Hamill, you were great in this, and I'm excited to see him do another role.
Nice. I got to watch that because I did love Hill House. Mike Flanagan's
Mike Flanagan, that dude.
He's very good. My number 3 is going to be The Bear. Is The Bear not on your list?
Oh, it is.
Okay.
Continue.
Jesus. Very, very good second season. I think it was probably just as good. It kind of stepped up in a lot of ways. And just getting Jeremy Allen White more into that public eye. I mean, he was obviously everybody agrees he's the best part of Shameless. If you watch Shameless, and just getting him in these other roles where he's able to really try his best, and it's really getting him out there. He was just in The Iron Claw, which he was really good in as well. But I mean, he's just great. He's perfect in this role. And every time you find out things about the family, about the brother, John Berthal, whatever, it's always great. And that Christmas scene,
it's the best episode of television this
year.
It's so good. I just rewatched like a week ago.
Yeah, it's just so much fun. The entire show is so fun and chaotic, and it gives you the perfect amount of stress for the characters, but also fun listening to them just curse at each other.
Meth.
Yeah, it's so it's so good. Yeah, it's
a really sad ending though. This season,
it did have a sad ending, but
we all knew it was coming though.
Yeah,
there's no way he was gonna be happy.
Yeah, no, I think it was really, really good though. A really great show.
Good take. Yeah, I like that. Okay, my number 3 is Succession.
Okay,
incredible show. I mean, I can't take anything away from the show. I mean, what can you say except that it was amazing? It's every single character and performance is great. And I loved it. I really did. But I didn't love it as much as I loved the other 2 shows. And those are my 2 favorite shows of the year. But Succession, for someone that never watched it, especially leading into the last season, I think, because I caught up with you guys on episode 4, I think, of the final season.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I was trying to get there, and I did, and I loved the whole show. What season didn't I like? There was the one I said was definitely, I think it was 2. I said was the one I didn't mind as much.
I don't know.
The one but I really do love this show. I think the Roy family will go down as one of the best families in television.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was really great. I mean, being the 3rd best show of the year for me is not bad at all. It's just didn't love it as much as I love these other 2.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
My number 2 is gonna be Barry, season 4.
Mm.
You smirking at, dude? It was a great ending. I think the ending could have been a little bit. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those endings that I think we said it when we talked about it. It was kind of disappointing, but it made sense within the show. You know, you're expecting he gets kitted out and he's ready to go save his family, and you know it could have been really really cool. But then it pulls the rug out from under you, and just that never happens, and that kind of happens throughout the show. But this season did a great job of really delving into that character even further, and just his mindset, so fucked up, and how he kind of ruins the lives of everyone around him as well. I'm starting to forget the characters' names, but everyone just kind of devolves throughout the show, and especially throughout the season. And it did a really, really great job of showing them kind of come to terms with that. And the ending was just, it was really good. It was haunting too, because you see the documentary and he's got buried with full honors, and he kind of won in the end, even though he got killed. But man, it was just such a great show. I mean, it was constantly in that battle for best show on television with Succession.
Yeah.
Just the whole time, because they aired together. But yeah,
that was a fun couple weeks. That last season for me.
Yeah,
because I didn't watch Succession, of course, leading into that, but it was fun for me to get to do it for the couple weeks I did. So Barry actually didn't make my list.
It's ridiculous.
It's because I looked at it as just this one season, not the entire show.
Okay,
and this was definitely my least favorite season.
That's fair,
and I think that's why I just didn't make my show. That doesn't take away that it in my life is probably in my top 5 shows I've ever watched.
Yeah,
it's just I didn't love the final season, and comparing it to other shows I watched this year, just that 70 show definitely not as good quality of a show, but I had more fun watching it. Because that's not 90 shows, just a world I like. I get to see a lot of the characters I grew up watching.
Yeah,
so
sure. Yeah.
Fuck you, because I know I just wanted to put it out there before I do my next 2. But because I knew you were
that 90 show over Barry.
I'm saying this is my favorite.
I know.
If I'm doing quality, then yeah, Barry's.
No, I understand. This is your list. I want you to enjoy your
number
list.
Number 2 is The Last of Us.
Okay.
It's not my number 1. Pedro Pascal and Bella Ramsey were absolutely incredible. There's a reason why I put Bella Ramsey on my list for best performances of the year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't paying attention.
Absolutely loved her in the role. I think she's better than the game version of Ellie, but I think Troy Barker as Joel is still better than Pedro Pascal so far.
That's
but
fair.
You'll see more of his emotional scenes in the second season, so it'll be really a testament to see how well they can do the characters again. But yeah, The Last of Us was incredible. The production, the sets, the way that they actually went practical with so much of it was so cool to watch. And they laid a whole episode about Frank. You're with Frank for like nothing. Bill.
Yeah, Bill. Frank's you don't even see Frank.
You don't even see Frank's face in the movie.
You see his
in the
corpse.
game. You just see him from there up, there down. But yeah, it's an incredible show. Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann are so good at their jobs. I think that's why I'm so excited to see Fallout now that they're both working on it. Yeah,
I do have high hopes for that show. I think
that's going to be, and the trailer looks cool. I mean, I hope they go do a little more practical.
Yeah,
and
it's Nolan's brother too.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
He used CG on the nukes.
He did.
Disappointed.
You know, I saw comments on the trailer, like Instagram comments. A few people commented like, "Oh, at least one Nolan brother knows how to show a nuke." Like, what are you talking about?
I think people went to Oppenheimer thinking you were going to see the nuke go off. Like, but that wasn't the point of the movie.
No, not at all.
To show the creation of it, not the use of it. But yeah, no, I'm so excited for Fallout. Now that all those people are working on it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that the show was coming out that soon and the trailer dropped.
Yeah, neither did I.
It was come out April 12th debuts.
Yeah.
We got Echo.
It's pretty crazy.
A couple days. No, the 9th.
Oh, is it the 9th?
I think it's the
I thought it
9th.
was the 7th.
It might be the 7th. All the episodes come out once too.
Yeah,
See the
that'd be
new look
nice.
of Daredevil suit?
Yeah, looks pretty
It's a
nice.
red.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
excited for
God.
that.
And they tightened his mask. Very
Yeah.
excited. But yeah, that was my number 2. What is your number 1 show of the year?
My number 1,
No one already doesn't
if you
know.
couldn't tell, it's Succession. It was, in my opinion, it did from the start just edge out Barry for the best show on television, and it just stuck with it. It was so good all the way through, and season 4 was no exception. It just nailed. I mean, every episode it felt like something crazy was just happening, and just seeing the most dysfunctional group of characters in television history just interact with each other in such on such an important stage. Like, they're all billionaires and they're fucking insane. They're
Oh,
either
they're
morons.
psychopaths.
Yeah, they're just crazy.
Sociopaths, really.
Yeah, it literally was just Game of Thrones in the modern day, and it was so good at it. It was so good. Every character was so interesting in their own right, and how they bounced off of each other and took advantage of each other constantly. It was just so much fun to watch. Every episode had something new. Like I said, it was just such a great time watching this week to week. And the ending nailed it for me. Like, it was so good. Kendall finally breaking down, just go, "I'm the eldest boy."
It's such a funny scene. They just
So
posted it on
funny.
Max.
Yeah.
On Instagram, they did the post.
It's so funny. And the ending with, the person coming out on top, it's not who you expected. At least, looking at it from the
We
beginning.
started talking about it. I think me and you talked about it when we were reviewing it, though. We
Yeah.
were like, we both kind of got the idea on like the 5th episode that that's a really big possibility.
Yeah, but like, if you look at it from season 1,
No, you would never have guessed.
never guessed that. And the way it does end, where they hold hands, you're like, damn, fuck,
God damn
you
it.
won.
It's a great show.
It was just so much fun to watch.
Okay, what's the cousin's name?
Greg.
Greg even comes out pretty does pretty well
Gives
for
him the
himself.
sticker.
Yeah.
Kisses him on the head. It's great. Greg the Egg.
Greg the Egg, baby.
God, he's such a moron.
He is such a moron. Yeah.
I
mean, I can't even argue. Succession was incredible.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic.
Now, it's not as incredible to me as my number 1 show of the year, which will be The Bear. I think it's been the best show the last 2 years. And the Bozzato family, seeing them on it's Christmas, isn't it? Oh, no, it's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I think it's Christmas.
Christmas.
No, it's Christmas. Yeah.
That Christmas episode will go down to me as one of the best episodes of television. The cast that they put together for one episode.
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk was great. His sequence with John Bernthal about throwing the one fork again.
Yeah.
That's one of the most intense scenes of the year in TV and film. And it's just a fork.
It is.
Nothing crazy is going to happen if that happens, but it's an amazing show. I mean, critics agree it has an 8.6 on IMDb, a 99 on Rotten Tomatoes, 92 on Google. Jeremy Allen White continues to prove why he's one of the best actors working. The girl who plays Sydney was incredible. The girl who plays Claire was great. Maddie Matheson plays Neil Flack. The dude is a Michelin chef, Michelin star-winning chef in real life, and plays our electrician and like handyman in the show. Such a great show.
That dude's tattoos are crazy too.
They're awesome.
You see him like with his shirt off.
Yeah,
sick.
Eben Moss Bastrich plays cousin.
Oh yeah, he's perfect.
It's like Richard Dick, fucking Richie. That's what I call him. One of my favorite characters in TV, and his like arc he gets in the second season was so much fun to watch.
Yeah,
and he ends up I like how he pretty much ends up in a better place than Carmi does at the end of the second season. So I'm super excited for the third season. I kind of hope that maybe this is the final season.
Yeah,
I don't want them to stretch it out too long because I feel like you did them getting the place and starting to renovate it. Second season was getting to opening night, and they're going to see them now opened. Yeah, which I think is a cool way to do it.
Yeah, I don't think this is a show that goes on for 4, 5, 6, 7 seasons. This doesn't seem like a very long show. I think 3 would be it. Maybe if they do want to stretch it out to 4,
might work. I feel like past 4 is really
if you figure something out, it could work. But I don't see this show going on for too much longer.
House of the Dragon, I'm kind of. Do you see what they're doing? They say it is going to be 4 seasons.
4 seasons,
It feels really, really long.
It does feel long, especially. Well, you read the book.
Yeah, I know where they're at. I thought it was the perfect stopping point. But I think I even said last when we reviewed it. I see it. This is like 2 seasons is what I would do it at.
Yeah,
attempt to do it. 3, okay, we're gonna stretch that a little bit. 4 seems like a lot of like, we're gonna add stuff.
Yeah, But at the same time, if you have George R. R. Martin saying 4,
then you probably can figure it out.
maybe, yeah. And we also don't know. Maybe like it seemed like
maybe there's more stuff that he has that he's like, hey, this could have happened.
Yeah, exactly. In the book, from my understanding, it's just like it's all secondhand accounts. It's all people talking about what happened. So maybe George will come in and say like, "Oh, this is what these characters are going through." They're probably going to add a lot of scenes.
You can also do like a battle episode where the whole episode's a fight.
And as much as Miguel Sapochnik leaving sucks,
dude, that does suck.
It does suck, but at the same time, everyone, and I'm sure Sapochnik had a huge hand in it, and he's one of the better directors for Game of Thrones and for House of the Dragon. He's just an incredible filmmaker. Ryan Condal, just listening to the cast talk about him, it seems like he had a lot more to do with the show running itself. And I don't know that for a fact, but just hearing them talk about Ryan Condal's hand and everything, it seemed like he really had his shit together. So I still have a lot of hope for the show.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be great. It's The Last of Us. Not The Last, House of the Dragon. But yeah, those are our top TV shows of the year. Now we're moving into a not as fun category, which is actually it is kind of fun. This is our worst / most disappointing films of the year. How many did you put?
10.
Oh, you did do 10?
I have 10 each.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it like, we'll just run down like 10 through 6, and then we'll go one by one with the final ones?
Yeah, sure.
Because I have a feeling we're going to have pretty similar.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so for me, this is 10 worst / disappointing. So a movie could have been okay, and it just because we find it super disappointing, it's on this list.
Yeah.
Number 10, Beau is Afraid. I know some people I know Beau Oliver, me and him talked about it. It's his number 5 movie of the year, I think.
Really?
And I said I completely do not agree.
I mean, he's got favoritism points, though. Yeah.
Yeah, his name's in it.
How often is a movie going to be called Beau?
God damn it. This movie is one of those movies that has a good first act, an amazing second act, and a horrible third act.
Yeah,
like you get every part of it. So, this movie had a lot of potential. I think Ari Aster is a great director. I think he just went a little too far with this one, and I'm excited still for his next film. But yeah, I was hoping for a lot more than what we ended up getting. Number 9 is Haunted Mansion. I mean, do I have to say anything else? It was Haunted Mansion. It was so much CGI. It just wasn't very good. Number 8 is The Exorcist Believer. There's a reason why IMDb voted the worst movie of the year. It just wasn't very good.
Yeah.
It had a horrible ending.
And you kept saying it was good, too.
Yeah.
You were fighting so hard to get me to watch that movie. I was like, no.
I just wanted you to watch it. I need someone to watch it with. Number 7 is The Flash. Not good.
7?
There's 6 worse movies than this.
Wow.
Me. There's 6 more. No, number 6, of course, we just talked about on our show the other day, is Aquaman 2, and The Lost King, whatever the fuck this stupid ass movie's name is. But that's my 10 through 6. Yeah. How about you, Ryan?
All right. I have at number 10, and this is one that I'll gotta probably explain a little bit. I have Maestro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
This was.
Remember, it's disappointing.
Yeah. This isn't a bad movie. This is a very bad good movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It looks great. I think Bradley Cooper did a good job directing, and I think there's scenes where you're like, God damn, this is really good. One scene sticks out in my head, and it's where I forget the characters' names, the real people, but I already forget your name.
Leonard Bernstein.
I know Leonard Bernstein, but his wife, played by Carey Mulligan, she was fantastic. There's a scene where it's like a monologue, and she's talking about how she's like falling out of love with him, and it's when she's older, and it was really, really good, and it's just the camera's slowly panning in. But then the very next scene, after she gives this whole speech about kind of falling out of love and trying to figure out what she wants in life, she just goes back to him in the very next scene. She's like, "Oh, of course I love you." And the whole movie kind of plays out like that, at least for me when I was watching it. Scenes have like no cohesion between them. Characters kind of say one thing, and then the very next scene, they're doing something different. There will be a very, very good scene, a very, very well acted scene, and then something after it, and you're like, where did that scene bring us? It didn't change anybody. It didn't do anything for the plot. It was just a scene that was good to be good. It felt like they just wrote scenes to be good, but didn't really think it through as a story, if that makes sense. I don't know. Watching it was just really, really disappointing because I wanted to like it. I was really excited for it, and it looks incredible. It's very well acted. The makeup's great. I think when he's younger and it's black and white, the nose is really noticeable. But as he gets older, it's
It
kind of
looks
like
good better when he is older.
yeah, like that. Remember that first shot of him and
Yeah,
like
it looks
when he's really
awesome.
old. He looks great in that. Um, the movie just kind of it's so inconsistent. Um, Another great scene is the Thanksgiving scene when they're arguing in the room on the side.
Snoopy.
Yeah, the Snoopy scene. Fantastic scene in its own right. And then you get the big CGI Snoopy. It looks like shit. But um,
Why they
scenes
have
like
to
that,
show Snoopy?
it's just Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
You
but
got to
why do you
show
have to
Snoopy.
show it? You could just
I don't
say it.
know.
It doesn't have to be shown.
I don't know. It looks cool. It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Um, but yeah, other scenes in the movie, it just really, really drag it down. I literally said out loud, like, what the fuck is going on a few times because things just happen. And you're like, why is this here? You know what I mean? Like, why did you put this scene at this part of the movie? It was just a very weirdly and poorly put together good movie, if that makes sense. I think it's worth a watch. I think a lot of people will enjoy this, but I just didn't really enjoy it. I have no interest in seeing this again. And like I said, Carey Mulligan, fantastic as his wife. And I forget her name. I'm sorry about that. But Bradley Cooper as Leonard Bernstein, very good performance. But he is trying so goddamn hard. It's kind of funny. Like it's hard to take him seriously because he's trying so hard. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Just a very disappointing movie. But I'll try to move a little faster now. Number 9,
The exact
Renfield.
same thing. Or 10, we give a huge reason for it, and
Yeah.
then I'm just speed through the rest.
Yeah. Number 9, I have Renfield, which
Fair
whatever.
enough.
A lot of promise. Nick Cage as Dracula could have been awesome. It could have been the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And Nicholas Hoult is a great actor, but I think he's
Luther, baby.
Yeah, I think he's done one too many of those kind of goofy roles for himself because he's very good, but he doesn't really do that many great movies, I feel like, which is just disappointing. But yeah, like all the blood is CGI in a vampire movie. There's not enough shit. I like Aquafina. She's not very funny in this
The
movie.
storyline was so fucking dumb.
She really had no reason to be in this. It was just kind of weird. But number 8, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Did not enjoy myself with this one.
Well, because you did exactly what I do in Moon Knight. You're like, if they do this, I don't want to say it because some people might not see it still.
Yeah,
but you said exactly, if they do this, I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah, I'll give it credit where credit's due. It feels like an Indiana Jones movie. It also feels like the most boring Indiana Jones movie, unfortunately. Yeah, it just does.
It's the third best one.
Yeah, I like Phoebe Waller-Bridges.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, nice. And I have to watch Fleabag. I keep getting clips of it, and
Dude,
I'm like,
I gotta watch. It looks so funny.
Good.
She wants to fuck a priest. That's laid the point of the show.
But yeah, it was just very disappointing to me. I had no hope for it. That's a lie. Before the trailers came out, I had a lot of hope for it.
See, I had more hope once the trailers came out because I really liked the trailers.
That was the opposite.
I mean, I think I gave it an 84 at the end.
Yeah, you did. I gave it like a 50 something.
I gave it a 67.
Whatever. Number 7, Aquaman 2 and the Forgotten City, whatever it's called.
The Forgotten fucking movie.
Yeah. Whatever. I don't want to talk about it. And number 6, it's on the exact same level. Shazam 2. They're the same movie. Whatever.
I didn't have it. I'm not gonna lie. Shazam almost was 10.
Well, you like Shazam. I didn't.
Yeah, but then I rewatched it and realized it was because it was so much more CGI than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Like, because the first one at the rewatch had a lot of practical stuff I didn't realize. But
yeah, a decent amount. Yeah.
I mean, it's still mainly a CGI superhero movie, but
but yeah. I also had completely forgotten Rachel Zegler was in it.
I love her.
Like I looked it up
She's
and
the
I was
best
like,
part of that movie.
When the fuck were you in this movie? Like I had no idea.
Like a year though.
Yeah, she had a great year.
It wasn't her fault that movie's bad.
No. It's not anybody's fault.
That it's just Shazam and Billy are completely two different people.
Yeah. Very weird.
But going into our top 5 worst movie, disappointing. Number 5 was a movie that I think I tried to force myself to think was good. And then me and Ryan talked about on the way home, and then we came to an agreement that it was fucking terrible. And that was Fool's Paradise. It was a movie I think I wanted to be so good just because I love Charlie Day and I loved a lot of people that were in the cast. And it just wasn't it.
Yeah, I get it.
Is that your number 5?
Yep. For the exact same reasons. I love Charlie Day. I wanted to like this movie so bad, but
and John's so annoying.
He is. This movie was just not good.
Just an annoying movie too.
Yeah, it just wasn't very funny. It was, I think, as a concept,
I feel like it should have been a short film.
Yeah, it could have been a funny episode of Sunny.
Yeah,
Where like
Charlie loses his voice or
yeah,
something.
something like that. It could have been kind of neat, but as like a full hour 40 something movie, it just didn't work. Um, yeah, and also standing up and realizing that you're the youngest people in that theater by 60 years, it's never a good sign.
It's not.
Yeah.
Well, since that was both of our number fives,
Yeah.
do you want to start number 4 and then I'll go
Yeah, I'll do
second
number
this
4.
time?
Number 4, I have The Nun 2.
Damn it! I thought we were gonna have the same one.
Which I feel like I definitely put a little lower than it probably has a right being.
Yeah, I
but
don't think it's
I
4th
couldn't-
worst movie of the year. Bad.
I couldn't really remember. I don't know. I just kind of put it
Did
there.
you
I'm
not
like,
just
this fits.
You could have just went on our list of movies and looked at your scores.
I did, but then I thought about it. I'm like,
Some of the scores I gave, I did have to fix because like my number one, technically worst movie had a higher score than I thought I gave it.
okay.
But no.
Yeah, no, the more that I thought about this movie, I was like, what happened? I don't remember
Eyes
anything.
of Sister Lucy, bro.
Yeah, it's just so fucking stupid.
That's so cool.
I
It's
don't
haunted Indiana Jones.
It is.
And I love
It's so
that
weird.
shit.
It is, but they don't lean into it enough. So they just
they need to just like fully
yeah,
like go like
fully go into it.
or in the whip.
Yeah,
and
do
just
some
go
cool
for the
shit. Yeah, just have some fun shit. I don't know. Just a disappointing movie. I think all the actors are
Goat Thing was
fine.
scary.
Goat Thing was scary. I didn't.
Scary every time I watched it because then I started thinking about actually seeing that in my house.
Yeah, that thing be creepy.
Scary.
Running at you.
I'm not as scared as Vala because I don't know how you don't find her scary.
No.
Terrifies the fuck out of me.
Yeah, but what's her name? Farmiga. She's very
the
good.
younger from you.
The younger one.
I love her in that role.
Who's the girl who plays the younger
Reed.
nun? Yeah, she's a great actress. I don't know why the fuck she's in this movie. Like, she just doesn't really do anything.
She's kind of like the MacGuffin. Like, have someone for her to talk to the whole movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they can't use Frenchie this time.
Yeah, and Frenchie, I don't know. Okay.
You know when they light
Whatever.
Valak on fire at the end, like she like ignites. She's
Oh,
huge.
the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know that's a practical thing.
Yeah, it was.
It's
Yeah.
crazy.
It was pretty
I
impressive.
didn't think that until I watched like a thing of it, and it's just a girl sitting on a thing that they doused in like the
Yeah.
gel and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Odd
get
movie.
it. Why is that
Mhm.
low? All right. I thought you were going to say one as me. Number 4, I have Ant-Man and the Wasp 3: Quantumania.
Mm.
A movie that I had so much hope for because that trailer with Yellow Brick Road
Yeah.
was one of
Well,
the best trailers of the year.
The song was nice. The trailer was like
Yeah, but even the
okay.
trailer like fit the mood at first.
Yeah.
Like seeing Kang and him like walking and like that was I was like, oh hell yeah, baby.
When he does in the trailer, when he goes, "Have I killed you before?" That was nice.
Yeah, because like the dun, 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 it's like the drums and it goes silent. He says that and then it
Mhm.
does like the high note for
Sure.
Yellow. Yeah, it's like I was so excited. This movie was fucking garbage.
Yeah.
Michelle Pfeiffer, I love you. You're on my list of like I would marry you even now. I love you. I love you as Catwoman. I love you as an actress. Your storyline in this movie was so fucking dumb. This whole movie's just bad. It's called Ant-Man and the Wasp. I swear the Wasp was in it for 8 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just not a good movie. Kang was wasted. I mean, it doesn't really matter because it's gonna be a different Kang anyway now. Yeah, this whole movie's just not good. Poorly written, poorly paced, very weird tone to use. It was just not a good movie. So,
Yeah. I'm gonna give that one an honorable mention on my list because I completely forgot about it.
and that's how bad
So,
it is.
It's not on my list. But I'll do my number 3. It's gonna be The Flash.
Wow,
It's fucking bad.
it is bad.
It's really bad until the end when George Clooney shows up, and then it was really
I've
good.
come to a conclusion that is pretty funny.
It was just funny.
It was just angry at the moment because I was just mad about the movie in total.
You didn't talk for like 20
They
minutes.
did Bat flick so dirty
Yeah,
again.
yeah,
That's what made me angry. And you still don't remember the only good scene in that entire movie.
yeah. I didn't
My
pay
dad
attention.
doesn't remember it either. I swear people just black out those movies because they don't want to think about it.
Yeah, or it just wasn't as good as you think it was.
It is a good scene. It's always on my For You page for like not Batman pages. It's like film pages. Always
Okay.
posted.
Cool.
And it says like only good scene in the Flash.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna run through the rest of mine after this.
That's fine.
It's bad movies.
Yeah.
It's not movies I want to talk about. So my 3 through 1, 3. Probably the worst movie. Might be the actual worst movie of the year, but I have it so far at 3 just because the other movies made me even angrier. And this is Rebel Moon.
Mm.
Me and Ryan both watched it last night separately, and we were texting throughout it. Doesn't help when the wormhole to open the movie looks like a vagina, but then the rest of the movie, fucking trash. Zack Snyder, you know I try and support you whenever I can. The fuck was this?
Yeah.
This movie was. It's one of those movies. Just really quickly, it should have definitely been rated R. It just looks like it's a TV version of a rated R movie.
Yeah, just pull the trigger on it, Netflix.
Yeah,
Just
like
do
why?
it.
What's the point of doing this and then a couple months from now putting out the R version?
No, a year from now, isn't it?
Is it a year? Oh no, part 2 comes out in April. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a year for the
A
record.
year from now, they
So dumb. Moving on, number 2 is Renfield, a movie that I was so excited for. That was garbage, and they wasted Nick Holt and Nicolas Cage. And then my number 1 worst movie, I don't know if Ryan actually went and saw this with me. I think it was Sean and Ian I went with. And this was Joyride. Was
yeah, I didn't see that one.
Movie. First 25 minutes, I laughed out loud the entire time. Next hour and 20 minutes, I don't think I laughed once. When I have to look at a girl's private parts all tattooed with Satan for a solid 10 minutes straight, not fun. Like a close up.
Nice.
Not good. Bad movie. So over the top that it wasn't funny. It felt like it was trying so hard to be The Hangover, but like a girl's version. Which, if you want to do a girl's, get like Amy Poehler and them to do it. Like people that are like well-known like comedic actresses.
Yeah.
I think this cast was just kind of miscast first off, and it was just poorly directed, poorly written, not funny. So yeah, that's my most disappointing / worst film of the year.
All right. Nice. I have number 2, The Marvels.
Wow.
Yeah, you forgot about that one, didn't you?
No, I just didn't think it was that bad.
Really?
I think it was like number 2.
That's pretty fucking bad.
Yeah, because I think it's because I had such low expectations.
Yeah.
And it was better than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't. I thought it was worse than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because you went in with higher expectations than me.
Yeah, because I really liked Miss Marvel. And I do think Kamala was still the best part of this movie. But it wasn't nearly enough to save it because it was still fucking ridiculous and bad. And it wasn't funny. And I remember we spent like 10 minutes shitting on the director. Remember that?
Yeah.
Because she hadn't done much. Even though the stuff that she had done before this, supposedly is very good. I just have to watch it. She did Candyman, which you loved.
Great movie.
Yeah. Apparently, she only took this to pay off her student loans. That was like the thing that she said.
Oh,
I don't know. I forget if she said it or if like I don't know. Somehow I heard that, and
it makes sense.
Yeah, she didn't get enough to pay off her student loans.
Really? Because the movie didn't make enough money.
No, she didn't make enough money, which sucks.
I don't make movies for that. You make movies because you're passionate.
Unless you have to pay off your student loans. Yeah. So I don't blame her, but this movie was just really, really bad, and it left such a sour taste for all 3 of these characters.
And even the post-credit scene.
The post-credit scene is just why. And also, I know now, just from what I've seen, it's not Storm. Sorry, I was wrong on that.
Yes, you were.
It's Phasma or Fat something.
It's like a light energy.
Yeah,
Mary.
No, it's some like
DC.
Yeah, it's some like newer hero in the comics where she's like an offshoot of Captain Marvel herself.
I told you.
Yeah, you were right. You were semi-right.
Storm.
Yeah. Well, everybody thought it was going to be Storm from the trailer.
I didn't.
Because there's like that quick shot, whatever. My number 1, Rebel Moon. Yeah. This is definitely a little bit of recency.
I don't know. It really is just
bad. Atrociously bad.
And we're pretty good with recently. We don't show on a movie as much. We've been like, oh, it's pretty good. Like I feel like movies normally come down.
Yeah.
Very unlikely. I feel like a movie gets better with time.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what? One of my movies on my top 10 list kind of got better with time for me.
Mm-hmm. But Rebel Moon was fucking atrocious. I'm gonna watch. Dude, did you watch the trailer for the second part too?
No.
On Netflix, it doesn't. It looks terrible.
Worse.
It still looks awful. It might be worse because it looks like there's some battle scenes, but it's also going to be all flashbacks of the people they picked up. So it's going to be like,
what's the point of this movie?
What the fuck was like? Nothing happens in this movie.
If they're going to do that, why not do the video game or like the show about that?
I don't know, man.
It's fucking.
I don't know.
God damn it, Zach.
It was horrible. I think,
and I could see what he wanted to do, and it just wasn't.
Yeah, no, it never worked. I hate the shooting. I hate how there's like a lava effect and everything it hits. It looks so dumb. This movie was just atrocious. It was terrible, and I'm so happy because it's Zack Snyder, and I want people to realize that Zack Snyder seems like a great guy and can be a really good filmmaker.
And is a knowledgeable dude on film.
Yeah, I think
he works better as a producer.
I think he does, or he just needs a fucking leash. And you can't say like, all right,
Netflix
Zach,
has given
we're gonna
that
give
away.
you so and so $1 million for 3 movies, a TV show, and a video game, and you're gonna do your thing because you had this great idea and you're Justice League. People loved it. People love you as an artist, as a creator. So let's go lean into that. And it just didn't work.
No, he needs a no man.
Yeah,
So does what's
absolutely.
his name, Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, but it seems like he seems like a great guy. People love working with him. Everybody
I
speaks
mean, everyone
highly of him.
seems like they want to do the movie with him.
Yeah, everybody speaks highly of him. Um, he seems like a nice guy to like grab lunch with or something. Like he
No, I'm
seems like a
not gonna
great
lie.
dude.
I would love to work with Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
If that opportunity ever came, I'm not gonna say no to working with
yeah,
Zack.
absolutely.
We're talking to him. I think the guy's super knowledgeable. I think he just, like Christopher Nolan says it. You see, like in superhero movies now, you see what his effect on superheroes was. Like much people go for that darker tone now.
Yeah,
But at the same time, Zack's thing is going too far with something. Like you made the joke. You made the joke with me last night on text. You're like, "Oh yeah, Zack Snyder is very subtle. If you couldn't tell,
yeah,
that's not something he does. He very much goes
yeah.
far left, far right. Like
Mhm.
it's good. There's no gray area for him.
He almost makes like fan fictions
Yeah,
where it's like it's like this is what somebody who likes darker shit would like to see from, in Rebel Moon's case, a Star Wars thing.
yeah.
Where like, and like you said, it's absolutely meant to be rated R. I mean, a year's gonna pass, so I might,
I'm
be
gonna
able to watch
rewatch
it.
the R version
But
because I do want to see the difference.
yeah, it just feels like so much like a college kid who's like, this is darker, it's so much cooler. Like it's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah, it's just very, very bad.
Well, yeah, those are our worst movies.
Mhm.
Now to our best movies.
All right.
I'm gonna do this. I'm just gonna run through my honorable. I don't know if you did honorable mentions. I did.
No,
So
but
okay.
go ahead.
The Iron Claw, really good movie. Across the Spider Verse, Asteroid City, Barbie, Skinamarink, and Priscilla. Priscilla was number 10, and for so long, and it again got knocked off. That and Skinamarink held spots for a while.
Yeah.
But and then do you want to do like the same thing? Run through our tops.
Yeah, run through your 10 through 6.
Okay, so number 10, I know Ryan's not going to be in agreement. This is Hunger Games: The Battle of Songbird and Snakes. I found it was one of the most fun movies of the year, and I just love Tom Blythe and Rachel Zegler. I really like their chemistry. I don't know what Ryan means when he doesn't get how they don't love each other. They seem like they're in love. I like their chemistry.
Okay.
I really like the movie. I think why it's not higher on my list is because I think some of the action. I love the camera work, how it makes you feel like you're over their shoulder when they're fighting. But I feel like a little more blood, maybe a little more violence.
Not a little more. Any blood.
Any blood,
There's
yeah.
no blood.
Actually, there is one shot of blood, like a cut.
Oh, fuck off.
And I wish maybe the third act, once the games were over, was something else.
Mhm.
But I still really enjoy it. I like seeing more of the world. I think this whole universe is really cool. I just want to see more of it. Number 9, I have The Creator. I know that not everyone loves this movie. This was one of the first movies I was like, this is going to be one of my favorite movies of the year. Thanks to Gareth Edwards and that entire crew and production company for the early invite that Ryan could not go to. So Mike Breslin went, and Mike Breslin's his favorite movie of the year. Number 8 is Killers of the Flower Moon. I wish it was better than what it was, but it's still Martin Scorsese and still one of the best movies of the year. Number 7, I have Godzilla -1. I absolutely love this movie. And the more I sit with it, and the theme is the best score of the year, and I really hope it wins.
Yeah.
I hope it gets nominated. And then my number 6 is Saltburn.
Okay.
I love this movie.
Yeah.
Dude, the traction it's getting.
Oh,
This
yeah.
movie's all of a sudden just picking up. Dude, it just won like 3 awards all of a sudden.
Really?
Yeah, like it's just picking up. I don't think it'll win like any big Oscars, but I think it could get nominated for like set design and all that.
Yeah. And also, when you get the cast you do, I mean, that's just Thirst Trap City, like all
Dude.
day. Yeah.
That is a hot cast. But yeah, that's my 10 through 6. I feel like it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a good list.
I know you didn't agree with my 10, but I feel like everything after that.
No, I mean, it's not on my list, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's just, it's a fine movie.
Just do your shit.
My number 10 is going to be The Boy and the Heron.
Oh,
Very,
wow.
very, very good. But I just,
This
wasn't
almost was
so
one of
much
my
for me.
disappointing
Really?
because of just disappointment. It's a good movie,
Yeah,
but there's so many unanswered questions.
that is true.
It was definitely the weaker side of his movies.
Yeah, it's very much. But I also think,
Gorgeous though. So.
do you know the original title in Japan? How Do You Live?
Yeah, I
That's a
forgot they
much better
changed it. It was
title.
a cool
Yeah,
title.
that is a really good title. When you think of it, I don't know why, but when I think of it with that title, I like it more.
It does sound
Like
nice.
it's such a better
The way we
title.
live. How we
It's
live?
really good. How do you live?
How do you live? Oh, I should have had Robert Pattinson on my performances.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I do the
Voice.
Maito all the time, like sitting there, like Maito,
Your mother.
mother. He was so good.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the movie.
Yeah, it's just impressive. But number 9, I have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Very good movie. It was obviously the best MCU movie of the year. Not best Marvel movie. Be careful. Best MCU movie of the year, and it was a great wrap up for.
What was the best Marvel movie?
You gotta stay tuned, bitch. It was a great wrap up for the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and honestly, for the Infinity Saga as a whole, because
It's
it's
not part
kind
of
of.
the Infinity Saga.
I know, but the characters that were,
Characters of
it's
it's more
this
like it's
for a lot of people, Guardians was kind of the last thread of that original saga. So, I think that was a lot of people. It's going to be a lot of people stepping away point for Marvel. So,
yeah.
I'm glad they ended on a high note. It ended really well. It was just a good movie. What was that? 9. So number 8, I have Anatomy of a Fall, which I watched this morning because I rented
You
it.
mother.
Listen to me. I rented it last night. And then you were like, "Oh, Rebel Moon's terrible." I'm like, "You know what? I'll watch Rebel
You're
Moon."
like, I want to
Yeah,
shit on
I
Zack
need
Snyder.
something to be my number one worst movie, so let's shit on Zack Snyder. So I watched that,
You
and then you
motherfucker.
hit me with all the Madden stuff, and that was like an hour, and then I didn't even get to play, and then I was like, "I'm not watching this 2.5 hour movie
It was
at
good
night."
though.
It was very good. It was very good. It was a very good story.
People love her. They think she might
Oh,
win
she was
actress.
great. Yeah, she was really, really good, and it's such a sad story.
Dude, the story is so sad.
Did you watch it?
No.
Fuck loser.
Fuck you. Keep going.
It was very, very good.
Get to
It was
the
definitely
juicy
worth the
top
hype.
five.
Sorry, I'm changing this list up in my head a little bit.
Actually,
So
it's
that
not
was
mine.
8. All right, 7. Past Lives. Very good. I
Mhm.
think I know where it is in your list.
I think most people do, but we're not gonna say.
Yeah, but I think it was a really, really good movie. But I think it was just a little overrated. I didn't really resonate with the characters as much as I think a lot of people did.
Because me, you don't know what love is.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just didn't hit for me the same way it's been hitting for a lot of people,
For most people.
seemingly. Yeah,
I mean, I can't even be mad. That's 7th in what 60 movies you watched this year.
yeah.
Pretty good.
It was still a
I'll take
very,
that.
very well made movie, and shit. What's the director? Celine.
Song.
Yeah,
I hope she wins.
she's
I'm
fantastic.
holding out for her.
Yeah, for a
I think
debut.
Oppenheimer's gonna win, but
Yeah, for a debut, directing wise, I mean, this movie was impeccable. It was fantastic. So I have to put it on this list somewhere. And number 6, the Marvel movie, Across the Spider Verse. It was just so good. It's a great
It's a really good
sequel.
movie.
I can't. I don't know how people didn't realize it was a part 1. Fucking morons.
I know, and God,
It's just ridiculous.
mean it's a
It was announced as a
What
part
the
1, but yeah, they just changed the title. They got confused. Whatever. Words are hard. It's just a great sequel to one of the best animated movies ever. Yeah, it's so good. It was so much fun, and it's gonna be a great part 1.
It's gonna win the Oscar too.
Yeah, I have complete faith that part 2 is gonna live up to the hype, even though it's gonna come out 3 years from now. Fuck, it's not coming out in March.
Batman.
Yeah, I'm still so pumped for it. It was such a great movie, and the animation is so good. All the performances are great. It's just been so much fun and so interesting to watch them animate this way. It's just incredible.
I like that.
You number 5?
Yeah. Number 5. Yeah. My number 5 is Ben Affleck's Air.
Okay.
I absolutely love this movie. I don't know why my brain just
I
wasn't
don't
working.
know.
I like froze up for a second. It was a great movie. I loved every character. I loved the story, except for those dumbass motherfucking kids that I want to kick down those steps.
Yeah.
Besides them, great movie. I thank God have watched it since, and it still holds up. I think Ben Affleck's performance is so funny. I think Matt Damon was really good. Viola Davis is the best female actress in the world.
Dude, she might blend supporting.
She could.
She'll get nominated for sure.
She definitely should get nominated.
Yeah.
My only thing is I think it came out too early to win awards.
That's true.
It's always hard for this kind of movie. Like, it's not a Dune that's going to have the world in its hand. But yeah, I loved Air. I think Ben Affleck continues to prove why he's one of the top 10 top 5 directors working right now.
Yeah.
Who doesn't make bad movies. And yeah, it's a great movie. I think everyone should watch it, especially if you're a basketball fan. It definitely lends to people that are the fans of basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my number 5.
Yeah. There was a great movie. Didn't make my list though, unfortunately.
It's one of those movies,
Still
man.
good.
It's just gonna slip through the cracks. It was too early in the year.
Yeah.
I forgot about it for a while.
Yeah. It's definitely a bit of a forgettable one,
Yeah.
like we were talking about earlier, but it was still a good watch.
Yeah.
It's an entertaining movie. My number 5 is going to be Killers of the Flower Moon. Like you said, it's not his best movie, but it's still a Scorsese movie.
Scorsese movie.
It was still good, and it's a really interesting story that doesn't get talked about a lot, and I didn't really know about at all. But it was so cool to see like how these people lived, and it just puts you in that time frame too. Really good at that, being a historical piece. DiCaprio's best performance in a little bit. I think he was fantastic. Lily Gladstone,
Love
she
her.
put her foot in the door and she ain't fucking leaving. She was great. And even De Niro was really good still. And it seems like the older he gets, he's not slowing down, which is great to see for the most part.
He did some stinkers these last
He
like
did
5
do some
years.
stinkers, yeah. But it was still a really good movie.
Yeah.
Good movie. And I think the killings are still fucking
Love
haunting.
it. I love the quick and just it's what real violence is.
Yeah. Like it's not Goodfellas where it's, music and fun, air quotes, fun mob stuff where they romanticize it and make them look cool. This is just dirty piece of shit white people killing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just terrible.
All right.
Great movie.
So I'm going to run through my 4 through 2 because I really want to talk about my one movie.
Mm-hmm.
But the other ones that all make sense, I feel like, why they're here. So my number 4 is John Wick Chapter 4. I love John Wick. We just said romanticizing violence.
Yeah.
This does it in the best and most accurate way to do it. I love the blocking. I love all that. I love this world. I love this. I love John Wick. I love Keanu. I hate that the spin-offs are all going to be shit. And that they're just going to.
You think Ballerina's going to be bad?
Yeah. The show's fucking awful. I tried to watch it.
Oh, I forgot about that
Continental?
show. Yeah.
Trash. Number 3, Oppenheimer. It's one of the greatest movies, greatest productions I've ever seen. The CGI, everything about there is no CGI. The visual effects, the cast, the performances, the cinematography, the score, everything about it's incredible. I mean, we all knew that. I know it's definitely in your top 3. I know it's in my top 3 because I just said it. Number 2 is The Holdovers. I mean, this movie is incredible. You said as soon as we left the theater that it's a 95, 96, whatever we end up giving it.
Yep.
And it was just a great movie. So, and I love Paul Giamatti. I hope this movie gets the consideration it deserves at the Academy Awards, but we'll see when it comes out.
Yeah. So I'll do the same. My number 4 is going to be Godzilla -1.
Fair enough.
Like you said earlier, that score is just classic.
I listened to it today.
it just doesn't get better. It might be best score of all time. If we're talking iconic. Yeah, it's just so good. And going back to that classic Godzilla look and making him truly a monster again, it was just so much fun.
Kicking his legs into the water.
Yeah.
Nerd Soup talked about it.
Treading water. Oh my God. I just want to see that so bad. But yeah, having a Godzilla movie with an interesting human story as well.
Never happens.
It doesn't happen. And it's really, really good to see. Number 3, John Wick Chapter 4. Like you said, it's just so much fun. It doesn't get better than that. It's just the best.
Greatest action
number
movie
2.
ever.
Oh, greatest action series ever. Yeah.
Oh, you weren't in agreement with me when I said that when we first reviewed
I'm going to say
it
it now. Just because I can't think of anything else. So I'm just going to stick with it. Number 2, Oppenheimer. It's fantastic. Yeah. It is just perfect. It has to win Best Picture for me. I keep looking at Spider-Man. I mean, not that has to win because it's not my number 1, but it's going to win Best Picture.
And it's not going to, your number 1's not going to win because they're from the same company and they can only promote one.
Yeah. And it deserves it. Absolutely. Just for what they did and the work that went into it. The amount of fucking actors are in this movie. It's wild. And that it's still
Bro, baby.
Yeah. The fact that you can still just have an idea of what's going on the whole time. You never get lost. The pacing feels good. It's just such a well-crafted film. It's just really, really great. It's so impressive. But what's your number 1?
For the first time since we've been doing this show, we're going to have a different number 1.
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
It is.
And mine is, of course, Past Lives. I think I've said it when I did my solo review of it. It's the highest rated movie of the year. I gave it a 98.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I couldn't find anything wrong with this movie. It's just 100. I think it's an impossible score for a movie. But I loved every character. I think Celine's song directed one of the best movies of the year. What I think is the best movie of the year. I think the score is very soft. It's nothing crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like a nice score. The cinematography again, nothing crazy. But me and you just told me about it. Everyone in the background's kissing, hugging, which is something directed by her, being like, "Oh, everyone do this," because they're not like that. This is platonic love. Well, for one of them, and it's just a heartbreaking story. And I think it's just the best movie of the year. I mean, a movie hasn't sat with me like that did in a very, very, very long time.
Yeah.
And yeah, so Past Lives, #1 movie of the year. I hope it wins at least screenplay or best director, best something.
Yeah.
Come on now.
It was great. It just didn't hit for me the same it hit for you.
Yeah.
But that's fine. That's art. You know?
Love is in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, of course. But my number one is going to be The Holdovers with the king, Paul Giamatti. It was by far my favorite movie of the year. The second I stood up, I just smiled, and it was just such a
It's
fun
one of those
movie.
movies where you're just smiling the whole time.
It's just
not the whole time. There's some really
not the whole
sad
time.
scenes.
Yeah, but I saw it 3 times with 3 different types of people. Like I saw it with you. You're my film friend.
Yeah.
And then I saw it with Ant and Puff, who are not film people, not like us.
They like
nearly
movies,
us.
but they're not like film bros.
Yeah, but they still loved it. And then I saw it with my dad at like 8 o'clock, and my dad stayed awake, which
it's shocking.
That's a good movie.
Well, he is in it, so
yeah, but it was just such a great movie the whole way through. It feels the school part feels so good, and like I said earlier in the podcast, Dominic Sessa playing the main kid, he feels like somebody that age where, he's talking to, even towards the beginning when the other kids are still there, there's no like, even the dickhead kid that he's kind of butting heads with, he's not getting like bullied or anything. Like he can hold his own.
They're just doing their own thing.
They're just, they're just
felt
butting heads.
Real.
Yeah, absolutely felt real. And it was also hilarious. It was so funny.
Wait, wow.
What?
Fuck you.
It was so good. Oh, the writing was great, and the best part of it for me, not the best part, but the most impressive part is how much it felt like one of those like 60s or 70s movies.
Yeah.
It felt like a classic, and it's not just because it's shot like a classic. It's not just because it's kind of framed like that and the camera makes it look like that, and they have all the old intros in the beginning. It's not because of that only. That plays a big hand, and like the setting and the set and stuff too.
Yeah,
looks great. When they're in Boston, it looks like retro. It's super cool looking. It's a very
say the film if you're trying to do that though.
Yeah, dude, it's such a good looking movie, but it's also because this morning I just woke up and went on YouTube, and there was a clip of Tyler Sheridan on Joe Rogan. He was on there recently, I guess, and he was talking about doing Yellowstone and then 1923 and 1883.
Yeah.
And he was talking about specifically in 1883, which I haven't watched any of those shows, so I can't really say. He was talking about how critics aren't huge fans of it because critics nowadays are looking at it through a modern lens of like, how does this talk about our problems in the modern day? And he's like, that's not what I wrote it for. I wrote it to be talking about the problems of 1883. And that's why The Holdovers feels so good and so retro, because it doesn't focus on 2023 issues and 2023 issues. Yeah, it focuses on issues back then in, I guess it was around the Korean War, right? So you have that of like, why don't the boys from this school go to war? And, all that stuff. It focuses on those issues, and it feels like it's part of that time instead of feeling like the issues are part of our time and just being shot like that. It feels very forced, and I can't think of the word, but it was just such an incredible movie. So impressive. The writing, the way it was filmed, and the acting, everything about it was just great. And it's already top of the Christmas movie list, even for you. I know you hate Christmas, but you still love this movie.
That's why you didn't like fucking Past Lives. You just hate love. And
but you hate joy and cheer and jolly.
We're done. Fuck this shit.
Yeah. But The Holdovers. Well, it's fantastic.
Everyone, that was our best and worst episodes of 2023. Ryan, I really liked your list. Good job.
You had a good list too.
Thank you.
Yeah. Even your performances and surprises one. It's very interesting. Great job.
Thank you. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in and checking out our show for 2023. Thank you for tuning in now in 2024. We're excited. We have a lot of cool things coming up for everyone, especially our review of Dune, which I know is going to be probably our favorite episode of the year because that's going to be amazing. But yeah, there would normally be some questions here, but we ran a little bit longer than I thought we were going to. I have a tattoo appointment in 30 minutes. So yeah, thank you guys so much for checking us out and continue to listen. Keep sharing the show. Follow us, DM us, chat with us about the things. Thank you for everyone who joined that live stream I was on yesterday. It's pretty cool. And yeah, thank you so much. And Ryan, of course, you get the last words of this week's episode.
All right, but thanks for listening throughout the year. I mean, I know it's been a year since you guys listened. Wow.
Bye, everyone. That was some dumb shit.
Bye.